Hey everyone, today we're taking a look at Ys VIII, Lacrimosa of Dana, an absolutely fantastic action RPG from Nihon Falcom. Originally released in 2016 as a Vita exclusive, this is the latest entry in the long-running Ys franchise. But much like the Final Fantasy series, each of these games are standalone, so you don't have to have played any of the other ones to enjoy this one. So today we're going to take a quick look at this game and see what makes it stand out. The game starts out on a boat called the Lombardia, with the main characters Adol and his good friend Dogi taking a ride looking for the next big adventure. But to pay their fare across the ocean, they've both taken up part-time jobs. Adol is assigned security detail and has to keep an eye on all the passengers, so you walk around and talk to people and wait, where's the action in this ARPG? Well, in a lot of JRPGs, the first few hours are dedicated to world building. They'll tend to lock you into mostly unskippable sections that you have to finish up before you can get your first taste of combat. But this game's a little bit different. Instead of making you sit through one long cutscene, where you're given little or no input just to introduce some characters, set up the world, and the main conflict, you'll be given a few short 5-minute cutscenes with the option to explore and talk to NPCs in between. And that's if you want the extra background information. They don't force the extra content on you, and by having the backstory presented by multiple characters, it feels more like you're having conversation, and less like the opening of a novel. Investigating these characters will give you a glimpse of the diverse types of people you'll be interacting with, and some of them are a little over the top, but I think that adds to the game's charm. Once you're done investigating passengers, surprise, your ship gets attacked, and it crashes, and then you wake up on a deserted island full of hostile monsters. Now the combat in this game is also pretty cool. You have your standard attacks, jump, dodge roll, skills, and ultimate move, but Ys VIII also adds some nice additions not seen in some other games. First, there's the weakness system. Each character has an attribute, slash, pierce, or strike, and some of the enemies have weaknesses to those. Targeting a weakness means you'll deal more damage, hit the weakness enough, and you'll break them so the rest of your party can get that extra damage too. You also have the stun system, where if you hit the enemy enough times, the stun bar will fill up, and you can leave the enemy dazed so you can get a few hits in. This is great for hitting an enemy's weak spot if it's normally hard to hit. You can even optimize your skill selection for how you want to fight. For example, some skills are better suited for stunning, and others for breaking. As for defensive systems, you'll have the Flash Guard and Flash Move. The Flash Move, simply dodge roll right as a strike's about to hit you, and you can slow down time for some extra easy hits. The Flash Guard, simply hit the R button right as you're about to be hit to gain temporary invincibility and a few seconds of free criticals. But if you really don't care about these advanced systems, you can still play this like a standard ARPG. You can just throw out attacks without thinking too much, spam your skills, and leave your team to deal with the weaknesses. But higher level play will be rewarded, with much higher damage output, better defense, and much flashier action. As with most ARPGs, the higher difficulties in special battles up the enemy health and damage, and this is where the advanced techniques really shine. You'll be able to handle stronger bosses without them feeling like damage sponges. Okay, on to the story. We're trapped on some island, and clearly we need to get off. So what's stopping us? Do we need to collect 8 magic crystals, avenge someone's father, kill some dark lord? Nope, none of that. For the most part, you're just building shelter and exploring the island. That may sound boring to some, but I kind of find it a breath of fresh air. Sure, there's still a big mystery to uncover and some large challenges to overcome, but it's not done in the style you come to expect from some generic JRPGs. The story builds over time, and while it may seem a bit slow at the beginning, there's just so much to do. And I feel like the exploration and survival is really the beginning of the story, with the main mystery being the second act. And things do kind of get pretty heavy close to the end. There's just so much to do while exploring. You can find tons of items and chests, and there's a bunch of side activities like fishing, crafting, growing crops, weapon upgrades, cooking, and most importantly, finding other survivors. And these survivors aren't your typical NPCs. They'll often serve a role in your home base, and they'll have dialogue that changes based on story progress and other recent events. These NPCs will also offer side quests, and these aren't your typical fetch quests. Most of these have a bit of story behind them, they explain what they needed materials for, and they often make permanent changes to your island camp, so they really do feel important. As you progress through the game, there are even these wave-based events called raids. Most of these are optional, but they're still a ton of fun, and they offer a nice change of pace when you spend a lot of time exploring. And you can even replay them at any time to get a better score. But overall, this is a great game with a fun cast of characters. The main cast may get a little silly at times,
Because you remind me of a certain individual whom I utterly despise.
but it can still carry some serious scenes pretty well. Ys VIII may not be the most hardcore experience out there, but it's still a ton of fun, with a solid story, interesting characters, and a rocking soundtrack, and some super fun combat. If you love ARPGs, you need to pick up Ys VIII. So if this sounds like something you'd like to try, you can go ahead and pick it up on PS4. I suggest playing on hard for a little bit more of a challenge. If you want to hear more about this from me, I hope to have a full review up a little bit later once I finish some post-game content. But for now, thanks for watching, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.